Hey Morningstar, welcome to another edition of the video blog where I get to introduce to you another staff person who's just joined our team, and this is Matthew Rodocker. And Matthew, we actually made a condition for him to join our staff since we already had two Matts. We actually signed it that he had to become Hugh. So we sometimes call Matthew Hugh, but Matthew, Hugh, we're glad to have you here. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Whereabouts do you come from?
Yeah, I grew up in Southern California, a little town outside of Anaheim called Corona. So it's one of the biggest little towns I've ever been a part in. There's, I think, 100 and something thousand people. Yeah. But it's so small and compact that, it feels like you know everybody and anybody. So yeah, I grew up there, went to church there for when I first started church, so for about 10, 11 years, spent my time down there.
Cool. So tell me about family.
Yeah, so my family. It was me and my mom growing up. My dad and my mom had gotten a divorce when I was about 2. And so it was just me and my mom, don't have any siblings, nothing, just the two of us. So we kind of grew up. She raised me, and then with the help of my grandparents, I kind of ended up where I was. But family's very close to me. My mom's side is Hispanic, so there's me, but I also have 30 million cousins. So to say that I grew up without siblings is true, but to say that I didn't have
close-knit family.
Yeah, it was something that I'm very thankful for.
Cool. Yeah. So are you like a single guy, eligible bachelor, or someone special in your life?
Yeah, I'm recently engaged. So I got engaged right before I came out here in October. So I get married in May.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
we're excited
sorry,
about
and
that.
Unfortunately, I'm not.
So tell me about life before Morningstar. What were you doing out in California?
Yeah, in California, I was at Disneyland, and I was working stage tech at Disneyland, so I was running a lot of nighttime shows and daytime shows, and then also working with audio animatronics. So when the park was closed and nobody was on any rides, I was in there making sure everything was running properly, and that Mickey had his head screwed on tight. So that was fun. And then prior to that, I was a tech director at my church that I had grown up in for about a year and a half, 2 years before moving up to Disneyland.
So the happiest place on earth. Why attracted back to church work?
Yeah, so I had originally left my church to work at Disneyland because in the moment the opportunity for it was phenomenal. A season of growth and a season to be around people who had been doing this for years and years. Some people that I met that have been doing it older than I am. And so being there was just a great opportunity that I was able to experience exponential growth. And as I was there more and more, I was just like, man, people love this place so much that they are willing to pay upwards of $150 a ticket to come in and experience this happiness and this joy put on by a man 60 years ago. And it's something that in my heart I'm just like, well, why are we so stoked off of something that is still relatively fresh as in 60 years, but I walk into churches and see people stoked off of Jesus who walked the earth over 2,000 years ago. And so the things that I was able to learn at Disney and now bringing them back into churches and being able to have people experience real joy and happiness, not not the fake authenticity that Disney puts out to kind of escape your reality,
artificial kind of stuff.
Coming into a church, it's people are able to experience what Jesus can really do and what he's done for me. I think that's the greatest part, is I'm able to lead a group of people who are putting their talents to use to glorify God, and then have thousands of people each weekend experience that same love. Yeah.
So aside from the just awesome financial package, why Morningstar Church?
Yes. Well, so we, Lauren and I, we were kind of looking at different places, and we were like, well, California is, you get one type of weather in California, and that's hot. And
I thought it was amazing.
Well, some would say, and when winter comes around and it's still 90 degrees, you're just like, well, I'm just getting mad now. It's ridiculous. So we like seeing leaves change. We like a little precipitation every now and then. And so we were we were just like, well, where can we kind of move to? We looked in the Bay Area, and we were like, wow, Southern California is expensive, but Northern California is a whole nother ballgame. I'm just like, nah, maybe when I'm 80. So, but right now I'm just like, no. And so we started looking further east, and I had heard through a mutual friend about this place, and I looked it up, and I was able to meet Spencer and talk with him, and I just fell in love with this place. The vision and where this church is headed to, I was just like, man, I can 100% get behind that, and that's something that I want to jump on and just run with you guys and see what God does and where He takes us.
You've been a great addition so far, so thanks for that. We're gonna do one final thing. We call it speed round here. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Mac or PC?
Mac.
All right. Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter?
Instagram at Matthew Rodocker.
There you go. And last one, amen or amen?
Amen, but if I'm feeling fancy, amen.
Amen, brother.
Amen.
Hey, Matthew Rodocker, a.k.a. Hugh.
Yes.
Say hi to him the next time you see him, and he's the guy who's going to make sure that all of our stuff is working. If it's a soundboard, if it's a projector, a screen, you got issues, this guy's fault. See you next time.